So.
Having toured with the Good Humor Company and one of the original members of the improvisational theater company, the Groundlings, our next guest specialty is making people laugh. And in her new TV series, And Baby Makes Five, she does just that, Louise Williams. And we have a clip that's coming up, and I think we got to go right to the clip and come back and talk about it. Do you want to set it up at all?
This is in the delivery room. This is the climax of the scene of the show.
As we'll see, and then we're going to come back and talk about all this, because this is like a first on a sitcom, I think.
Yeah, or the second.
Okay, here it is. It's like that.
The baby is coming out.
I can feel it.
That's wonderful.
Honey, you want to see it?
Not really.
Oh, honey, go ahead. It's a miracle. A miracle. Oh.
Oh, Jenny, I can see the baby. I can see it.
Is it a boy or a girl?
We haven't gotten to that part yet. Oh, Jenny, it's so beautiful. It's got shoulders. It's got arms. It's got a stomach. It's a boy. We've got a son. It's a boy. He's beautiful. He's looking all over. He's looking for you, I think. Oh, Jenny, he looks like you, except for the part that looks like me. We did it. Oh, we did it, Jenny. I love you.
Isn't this wonderful?
Oh, the most exciting thing that's happened in my life.
I love you.
Oh, I love you.
Love you.
Push, Jenny. Push. What's happening? What's happening to Jenny? Push. Damn it, what's going on here? Push. I'm the father, and I have a right to know. Push. Look, I want to know, and I want to know now. Twins. Twins. Did you hear that? Twins. One for you and one for me. There's not any more coming out, is there?
That's too much. Who's the guy who plays your husband?
Peter Scolari from Bosom Buddies.
Was that one of the hardest acting things you've ever had to do?
Well, my latest experience was having my own baby, and then I got this job, was the first job after having my own baby, so I had a lot of
Practice.
good recall
Yeah.
for that scene.
What about the babies? I'm always amazed by that. I mean, where do they get stunt babies to come in there for that?
Well, they do hire these babies, and it costs a lot of money, and they have them for about 30 seconds, and they have to come in a limousine. They're sort of the highest paid day players of anyone.
The babies come in a limousine?
And everything has to be sterilized for them, and I mean, they're very well.
How old were they actually, do you know?
I think they were 2 months old.
2 months old?
Yeah, actually maybe a little younger.
It's amazing when you think that here you can see this on a nighttime situation comedy, and Lucy and Ricky were not allowed in the same bed on their show. How times have changed.
Really?
They have births all the time on soap operas, don't they?
Yeah, it seems to be a staple on the shows, yeah.
Yes.
They use real babies for us, too, the latex ones you were talking about,
Right.
those little shriveled things.
We have beautiful latex babies when the real ones aren't there.
Latex babies.
Jimmy and Johnny, and they have their names.
How do you know which is which?
Well, one is missing an arm.
Oh, the latex babies.
babies.
Yeah, let's get that
how
straight.
we tell them apart, but with the real ones, it's more difficult.
That's great.
Except one smiles more than the other one, I think.
You originally didn't have this role, right?
No, this was a very lucky kind of show for me. I auditioned for it originally, and then they went a different way, and then about 9 days into the rehearsal process, about the day before they were going to tape the show, they made changes, and I got a call 10:30 that night asking me if I'd come in the next day and tape the pilot, and I thought, sure. So I got the script 12:30 that night and read through it, and the next day we went in and we taped it in front of 2 audiences. Peter's wonderful, Peter Scolari, the lead in the show, but there were times when he literally was like squeezing my hand to let me know when the next contraction was or when my line was, because there were scenes we didn't even get a chance to block before we taped them.
They threw you right, but that comes from your background too, a lot of ways.
With improv, yeah. I mean, I don't think I would have tried that if I hadn't had that, background.
You have done comedy in the improv, and now this show. Does it bother you when people introduce you and say, here's a very funny lady? Or,
When I come out here and go, well...
yeah, here's Louise to be funny. Because that puts you right on the spot.
Oh, I didn't hear that part of it, so it's all right.
You have, as you said, your own baby, a boy.
Yeah. I happen to have a picture in my boot.
In your boot?
You're funny, you're funny.
Here he is. That's
Oh, whoops,
John
let's see.
Gabriel Rodrigues, and
Can we get a shot?
he's 20 months. I've got. a
Why in your
feeling.
boot? Why
Well,
do you
because I don't
carry
have
his
any
picture in your
pockets,
boot?
and
There
I
he is.
don't have a
Oh.
sport coat.
Is this his television debut?
Brushing his teeth.
Oh.
This is.
Oh, this
gotta
is
see
great.
this.
Look at this. Baby pictures. Well, I'm going to run down to the office and get the videotape of my son and bring it up here right now.
You have a son? How
Yeah,
old?
he'll be 4 in June.
Oh, 4 years old. That's wonderful.
Neat little
Bill.
guy. They're
Yeah.
fun. Don't get to see him much living here, but that's a private story.
I'm happy to be doing.
I happen to have a picture. No, I don't, as a matter of fact. But
I'm glad just as a chance in my career to be doing a family show, or one that's geared for families,
gotta
but it's
be,
still comedy and.
because you experience it at home.
And I can bring that
And then you-
experience. In this show, Baby Makes 5, we have 5 kids. We start out, of course, with 3 in the pilot, and then with the pregnancy, and then giving birth to 2, which was unexpected. And
So you
that's,
had
3 to begin with.
3 to begin with
9,
now.
probably 7 and 5.
Do you plan in real life to have a big family?
I really can't say. I mean, we have 1 child now, and it's terrific, and I think it would just depend on circumstances. And
I'm wondering if now, you said he's 20 months old. Okay, maybe a year from now when the show's renewed and it's a big hit, which we all hope for you.
oh, definitely, yeah.
And if they says, what about bringing your own boy onto the show?
You mean to be in like a birthday party scene or something?
Well, either that or as maybe one of the characters. You know,
I can
as a
see him
birthday
there.
party.
He'd come out and he'd go, "Mommy, mommy," and I don't know if that would.
You wouldn't want to teach him to be a little actor?
No, I think that with children, I mean, all the 3 kids that we work with obviously really want to be doing what they're doing, and they're all wonderful. But if it's not something that they really choose, I don't think I'd want to put them in that situation. You know, unless it's something they really wanted to do.
We got to take a break and come back with Michael Medved, who's going to be talking about a new film called Tender Mercies. If you could
Oh,
stay.
I've heard there's a wonderful
Yeah,
film.
he says so. We're going to see a little bit of it, too. Stay with it.